twin flames and divination, pick a card, psychics, anything like that. Can a psychic really predict how your twin flame journey is going, when they're going to reach out? Maybe you already saw my other video about can a psychic confirm a twin flame connection. If you're interested in that video, check it out. But right now I want to talk more about the twin flame journey. Can a psychic tell you where you are on your journey? What is going to happen next? Can pick a card tell you that? Well, the thing is, kinda. I would not necessarily depend on that because the future is never set in stone. I always see the future like train tracks, and there are switches and you can switch to other tracks, which means that your energy can determine whether or not it's going to be a long journey or it's short, or maybe you take a detour because you started focusing on negative things, or you learned to focus on the good things and then you can attract it faster. Any psychic, it's basically like a snapshot of where you are right now and what track are you on right now in this very moment. If you hear something good, well, great. It shows you're on the right track. If you hear something that is bad, well, that's okay too. It's good. It just shows you, you're not on the right track. Maybe you still have negative assumptions. I do have a video about the 4 main reasons why you may not be with your twin flame. What are the 4 main reasons that needs to heal? That just means that you have to shift your focus onto yourself and your journey and take care of those 4 things that needs to happen first. You know, one of those things being self-love. But if you have negative assumptions or you are in lack mentality, of course you cannot expect your person to come soon. It's not going to happen. It cannot possibly happen. But you see where you are on your journey when you are honestly looking at yourself. How do I feel? But I mean honestly, because I often have clients who think that they are on a good track, but then I do see a lot of issues still going on, and when I address them, they are admitting, oh yeah, okay, that is still a thing. Yes, the ego is usually like 2 or 3 steps ahead at least. Another thing is when we talk about pick a cards. Yes, a pick a card can tell you something about your journey, but of course not if you do one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. If you watch pick a cards all day long, what's happening? You're in some kind of strong lack mentality. You're in this kind of mentality like I need validation all the time, and that is not being on the right track at all. That's not the way to union. That's like doing detours and detours and detours. If you occasionally check, that can be a good thing because sometimes we do have some blind spots, and then a reading, it doesn't matter if it's like a good pick a card reader or if it is a personal reading, a good reader can tell you what your blind spots are, and then you can roll up your sleeves and go ahead on the journey. But if you need a pick a card for validation, well then I'm sorry, but you still have a long journey ahead, especially in twin flames connections. The journey is all about connecting to your higher self, doing your shadow work, finding out who you are in order to then connect to the other person who is you pushed out, who is a part of you as well. Another thing is, and I've heard many clients talk about that, is they call me, they're like, oh, I just talked to another expert and they gave me something really bad news. I'm telling them, well, don't worry about that, because if you call a psychic or you watch you pick a card and you're in low vibration, well, there's a good chance that you get the message, because again, the future is like a train track. When you're in low vibration or negative thinking, you know, having negative assumptions, and that is where law of assumption and law of attraction kind of like go hand in hand. Very often when you are in low vibration, you automatically think negative, and then you have your negative assumptions being pushed out, or when you have negative assumptions, it makes you emotionally not feeling well, so they often go together. But if you are in low vibration or negative assumptions, you're not on the track to union, then your future, the timeline you're on, is not going to give you union anytime soon. And a psychic might pick up on that and tell you, no, this is not going to happen, because you are on this track where it's not going to happen. But a psychic who's more developed and more ascended will tell you, wait, the future is not set in stone. It does not matter. You can change it. And this is what I always tell my clients. It's like, your future doesn't look good right now, don't worry, this and this and this and this, look at that, that needs to be fixed, and then you can have your union. As long as you have the urge, the wish, the desire within you, it automatically means it's possible. The universe would not give you a heart's desire and tell you, oh, you can't have it. You can have twin flame union, absolutely. If you want it, it is done. It's already been created for you. It's just your job to switch the tracks to get there. You know, it's literally like Like I live in Germany. Let's say we have Munich in the south, and then we have Cologne more in the west, and Berlin is more in the northeast. Cologne and Berlin, they already exist, but you buy the ticket. And what's buying the ticket? Your assumptions. You decide where to go, and of course you can go to Cologne and then from Cologne take a trip to Berlin. You know, you can always change the future. It's already been created. If you want your union, it already is created. It's just your job to get there. So please don't listen to low vibrational psychics or psychics who are not very far along in their journey, and they're like, oh, twin flames, no, they cannot get union, or only few twin flames get union. Don't listen to other people's limiting beliefs, please. Another thing I want to say about pick a card. Yeah, I already said, if you watch one after the other, not a good thing. It means low vibration, lack mentality, especially if you watch a lot of pick a cards or call a lot of psychics. Let's say you once in a while you have your psychic, you call them, or you once in a while you feel guided to watch a specific pick a card, or you have a reader that are often on point for you, and then the new video, it's suggested to you by YouTube because Spirit put it there. Let's just say it like that. Then yeah, watch it and see what is your message. But please don't go from one to the other, to the other, to the other, and then take everything for granted. I don't know how many comments I've read by people saying, oh yeah, I've watched like a ton of pick a cards and they all said my twin flame is a celebrity. Or I watched a ton of pick a card and they always say my twin flame is a narcissist. Well, first of all, twin flames are not narcissists because divine energy is not narcissistic energy. But you manifest what you put your focus on. So that also includes psychic messages. I just said earlier, if you're in low vibration, then you call a psychic, then you manifest most likely a negative outcome, a negative message. If you are in your center and you just want to see, okay, am I on the right track, then you would most likely manifest a psychic who gives you good news. But sometimes it can happen. You think you're positive and then you have a lot of anxious energy in your subconscious mind, and then you may get a message that is not positive, and then you can see what's happening. If you're like, okay, no, I don't resonate, and you're still in your center, then maybe it was like a test. But if you then freak out, that means that you were not as much in your center as you thought, because if you're in your center, you don't get thrown out pretty easily, or you just jump right back into your center. So see what happens to you. If it gets triggered, that means there is still something that needs your attention. You can manifest messages. Like, let's say you are in your twin flame journey and it's not going well right now. You are in separation, you are in fear, and then you watch a pick a card, and you may not want to hear the truth. That the truth would tell you, oh, you may have fear of abandonment, take care of your fear of abandonment. Oh, you're not in self-love, take care of that. That might be the truth. Instead, you have the desire, oh, please, I want to have a good message, I want to have a good message, I want to have a good message, please. Universe, just tell me that it's going to go well. And then that would influence, and you would not get the pile that actually shows you what's happening in your connection, but you get the pile that tells you what you would like to hear because you manifested that message. And then of course there is the problem that nothing is changing on your outside, because you hear, oh yeah, your twin flame is going to reach out soon, and then they don't, and then you watch the next pick of cards or call the next psychic, you get the same message because you were just manifesting like, oh, I want to have this good message. And that can manifest in getting good messages, even though you're not anywhere close to union. Same thing vice versa. If you're mad at them, or if you're worried, oh no, what if I don't get a good message? Then you may, on autopilot, subconsciously pick the pile or call a psychic that is telling you exactly what is within you. Does that mean that that is true? No, it doesn't. Just because you picked 10 pick a cards where they told you, oh, your twin flame is a celebrity, doesn't mean that your twin flame is a celebrity. You maybe heard it once and you thought, oh my god, that is cool, and the universe picks up on that. Oh, you had a reaction to that. Okay, we give you the next pick a card that gives you the same message, and then the next, and then you react even more, and you're like, oh my god, now 2 pick a card readings told me that. How cool is that? And the universe wants to give you more of what you focus on. Then you can have 10 pick a cards, 20 pick a cards that all tell you the same thing. Does not have to make it true at all. You just manifested that message because you like that message. Please always use discernment. How does it feel for me? And if you watch pick a card after pick a card after pick a card, that has nothing to do with getting some advice to see if you're on the right spot. That really means there is some kind of validation you seek on the outside instead of learning to meditate and connect to your inside, because that is where you get the true messages from. And again, if you know a good psychic, they will tell you what some blind spots are to push you more onto your journey. A bad psychic will just tell you, yeah, everything is okay, this is going to happen, and then they will give you dates. Nothing is set in stone. Dates are not set in stone. And I have had so many clients that are so frustrated because they have been on this journey for a while, and then they call a psychic and it said, oh, you're going to get together in fall. And then in fall, it was like, no, in spring. And then the next spring, no, it's going to be in summer. And then in summer, they heard, no, it's going to be in winter. Why does that happen? Because there is no development. Universe maybe said, okay, you have the possibility to get together with them by spring if you do your work. But if no development happens on the inside, well, and the time passes, there's spring, and you're still energetically on the same spot. Spirit will again say, oh no, you can have it by them. And if you still don't do your work, or you don't do it efficiently, or you're still in lack mentality, or you have limiting beliefs like, oh, they're not coming, they have to do their work, what are they doing? Then you yourself push the time back more and more and more and more and more. It's not the universe that decides when you get something. It is your own energy. How open am I? What are my assumptions? Where's my focus? Is my focus in union, or is my focus in lack? They're not there. Where's your focus? Union or separation? You cannot be energetically in separation by crying about missing them and thinking about them constantly not being there and waiting for when are they finally reaching out and manifest union. It's not possible. It doesn't work that way. A psychic can be a good thing, especially if they know what they're talking about, if they have shifted or they're no longer in this frequency of, oh, I'm telling you exactly what is going to happen when, but they're more focused on helping you on your own journey. Then you got a good psychic. You got a good psychic when, even though cards are a bit chaotic right now, they know about the law of assumption, for example, and they tell you, okay, that is just mirroring going on. Your person is mirroring you, and as soon as you clear that and that and that and that, you will take a step forward. Then you got a good psychic. And then I think it's absolutely fine to get that kind of help in order to find blind spots, or talk to, a coach that can help you get onto the next level. Some people use psychics or pick a cards like fast food, like junk food. Not even fast food. Fast food doesn't have to be bad, like junk food or drugs. I mean, it can honestly be an addiction. I do have some clients that are addicted to psychic hotlines. It's really hard to help them in any way because they're just wanting to know every detail. Okay, next conversation, what's going to happen, instead of putting in the work, which can be extremely frustrating. It can be an addiction, and this kind of addiction, of course, is low vibrational, and it's not going to get you to union. It's something that needs to be overcome by learning to meditate, by learning to step into your own center. So if you use psychics like fast food, or watch pick a cards like fast food one after the other, no, they're not going to help you. They can't help you. You can manifest messages that you like to hear, even though they are far from where you actually are. That is a possibility. Please keep that in mind. If it's a low vibrational reader, just shut it off. If it's like a reader that is focusing on third-party situations and karmics, please shut them off, because we don't want to put any energy into what we don't want to have. And you don't want to have a third party, right? So you don't watch readings about third-party situations, because when you do that, you just manifest there being a third party again and again and again, and you will not get rid of the third party by focusing on the third party. So don't watch pick a cards or ask psychics about third parties. Don't focus on problems, and then it can be a good thing. It can help on your journey, but not if you do it obsessively, not if you take everything for granted that is being told, and not if you think whatever you hear is the ultimate truth. It just shows you where you are on in your journey at that exact moment, but you can pick another route at any time, either consciously or subconsciously. If you start negative thinking, then subconsciously, of course, you take a route that is drifting you away from union. I hope it helped. If it helped, leave some comments below, please. What experiences did you have with psychics? And please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. All of that is helping me grow my channel. You can check out my Facebook groups or find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I do see you in another video. Check out the Twin Flame 101 playlist if you want to have more Twin Flame coaching, and if you want personal coaching, my contact information is below. But yeah, I see you in my social media, other videos, or in a personal coaching. Until then, I do wish you all the best now. Bye bye.